The Kansas City Chiefs this next season are going to be the first team ever in over 20 years to enter a season with an opportunity to three-peat. We haven't seen a team like this in a very long time, and we all have the opportunity to be able to watch the Chiefs go for history. There has never been a three-peat in the NFL. There has been some back-to-backs, but never three in a row. So that already shows right there how hard of an accomplishment it is. It already is hard enough to win one Super Bowl or three in the last 5 years. What the Chiefs are doing right now, we possibly haven't seen ever. We've never seen a quarterback like Mahomes. Mahomes was the third-ranked QB last season that lost games due to drop passes, and he was still able to win the Super Bowl. I mean, that's absurd. The media to fans across the league all were saying the Chiefs had zero chance on winning the Super Bowl last year, or even beating the Bills or the Ravens, and definitely didn't think they'd beat the 49ers. But the Chiefs proved with hard work, dedication, playing as a unit, and staying focused what it can do. The Chiefs had their ups and downs during the regular season. It appeared to have been a lot more downs than ups, but they were able to reel it all in and play their best football all year in the playoffs. And realistically, that's what matters, is how your team does in the playoffs. The Chiefs last season showed they can have the worst receiving core in the league, but since they have one of the best defensive groups with who I think is the best defensive coordinator in the game, it can completely change everything. That's what separated this Chiefs team from previous years. We've seen Mahomes in this offense usually be one of the best in the league. Even after the first year without Tyreek, Mahomes still led the Chiefs to the #1 offense and won MVP. But last season, the offense was just not clicking at all and dropped a ton of passes that led to losing a handful of games. But this Chiefs defense stepped up more than we've ever seen, and with Spags being the defensive mastermind coming up with all the right game plan, Mahomes was able to use that to his advantage. Steve Spagnuolo was hired in 2019 to create a championship caliber unit. That championship defense showed in 2023. The Chiefs defense ranked second in points allowed and total defense, 4th against the pass, and 7th in defensive DVOA. They also allowed the fewest points per game during both the regular season and the playoffs. During their playoff run, they played 2 #1 seeds, and the Bills, who were on fire going into the playoffs. They had won their division when nobody thought they could, and finally had a home playoff game against the Chiefs. During the playoffs, we fully saw the potential of this defense. It was also the youngest defense in the entire league last season. This unit on defense was put together primarily in the draft with a handful of key free agents addition, like safety Mike Edwards, who is no longer on the team, and they also picked up linebacker Drew Tranquill last year, who isn't going anywhere and improved a ton last season. He filled a huge role when Nick Bolton was injured. Brett Veach has consistently done a good job in the draft by drafting all the right players, notably last year when we saw breakout seasons from both cornerbacks L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie, both players Brett Veach drafted. We also saw Willie Gay step up a ton, and Mike Dana, who specifically stepped up a ton in the Super Bowl. I believe he was the highest graded player in the entire Super Bowl. Bringing in high talent rookies with a ton of potential to develop into key pieces in the defense is what the Chiefs and Brett Veach love to do. They have so many developmental pieces to this team, and someone is already always ready to step up. This team's chances of a three-peat are much higher than previous teams because they have such a strong defense, but now also have a strong offense again. Last season, teams did not fear this Chiefs offense like it used to. Teams were fine with doubling, even tripling Kelsey and forcing the other receivers to make plays, and for the most part, it worked for other teams. The Chiefs really struggled offensively last season, and it wasn't Mahomes' fault. It was simply just not being able to catch the ball. They led the league in drops, and some would even agree when I say that this offense was one of the worst in the entire league last season. It seemed like so many times the Chiefs just struggled to get into the end zone or make deep passes, which just isn't normal for them. We're used to the high firepower offense in Kansas City, and this upcoming season we're going to get that back. The Chiefs added a ton of weapons this offseason, and it's safe to say the Legion of Zoom 2.0 is here. This Chiefs offense is very quick again and filled with deep threats all over the field. That's what they keep showing in OTAs and in minicamp, that this team is ready to bring the deep ball back and get back into the offensive groove where they're out there having fun destroying teams. I like to go back to the 2019-2020 season sometimes, as the Chiefs offense just ran through the entire league. I believe this offense is the best we've ever seen Mahomes with going into this next season. It's not just because of the receiving core being so much better, but the offensive line also improved, which is huge. The Chiefs already have a very strong offensive line, and they made it even better. The Chiefs offensive line is so good, starting up front with the best guard in the league league, Joe Thuney, and then the best center in the league, Creed Humphrey. But also Trey Smith will be returning and ready to have another breakout year. Jawan Taylor got paid a ton of money, so you just hope next season he can tone it back on the flags. A lot of people also say he was targeted. I just hope it doesn't happen so many times next season. The Chiefs also picked up in the draft an absolute steal in the second round, Kingsley Summatayo, who is going to develop into a starter and be a complete beast in the league. He has so much potential. He has two cousins in the NFL as well, Penei Sewell and Puka Nacua. We saw Puka Nacua have a breakout rookie season. Kingsley, he's a great talent, he's a great character, and he's overall a great fit for this roster. I'm very excited personally to see how he develops. The Chiefs brought in weapons as well to this offense, like Xavier Worthy and Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown is the only receiver to hit 1,000 receiving yards with Lamar Jackson and will now be playing with arguably the best quarterback of all time. So yeah, he's going to have a breakout year. All we've seen so far this offseason from him is how much he's been training inside and outside the facility. Hollywood has been putting in a ton of work, and with other teammates as well, especially with Rashee Rice. Rashee and Hollywood were hosting a football camps in Florida and just have been working out together a ton. It's good that Rashee has a teammate like Hollywood that can take him away from any distractions and just focus on getting better. That's what Rashee needs to be doing, is just locking in on his craft and getting better. We still aren't for sure how long or when Rashee will be suspended, but for now he needs to continue on focusing on improving on and off the field. Rashee is a key piece to this offense, so having him back will be even better. But in the meantime, we'll be able to see how Xavier and Hollywood perform in this offense with Mahomes. Mahomes is going to elevate both of them a ton, as they both are already very fast, but they aren't just fast. They have shown by their game that both of them can be a deep threat. I know Xavier hasn't shown it in the NFL yet, but we've seen him in college and at Texas consistently making big plays. People love to bring up he dropped passes here and there, but come on, every receiver drops passes. That's normal. It's life. This offense is already so much better than what it was last season with just those two additions, but then you improve the offensive line on top of that and you keep the defense intact. The Chiefs are doing everything right if they want to become the first ever three-peat team. The Chiefs also picked up guys like Irv Smith Jr. and former rugby star Luis Rezamet, who helped this offense. Irv makes the tight end group even deeper, which has been lacking depth for some time. Now that group is solid, led by Travis Kelce and followed by Noah Gray and Big Irv. Having a deep tight end room is very important, especially when it comes to pass blocking, but also integrating plays to get open. Kelce has found so much success with this offense. We've seen Noah Gray step up a ton as well. So bringing in a talent like Irv Smith Jr., who hasn't done anything crazy in his career, but he will be able to get better and improve with Mahomes and this roster. It's overall a great addition that I think a lot of people are underplaying. Luis Rezamet will also bring excitement to the team, as he's very eager to develop and become an NFL starter, but it's not sure if this will be the season for that. The Chiefs wanted to take a chance on him since he has a ton of potential and is very talented. He just has a lot to learn and practice. He is now listed as a running back though, which I can see working out very well for him. Also, the new kicking rules, I believe he will benefit from a ton. We could definitely see him being used on the special teams, but he still has time to develop and learn. Overall, the Chiefs made a ton of additions to help them go for the first ever three-peat. I truthfully believe Brett Veach is the best GM in the entire league. In the draft and in free agency, he just makes moves that help this roster a ton. Even when he brought in Kadarius Toney, he was a huge reason why the Chiefs won the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Little things like that go a long way. If you guys made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn on the notification bell so you never miss a Chiefs video or any video at all. Comment down below what you're looking forward to most for next season. Leave a like as well. See y'all in the next one.